Hello everyone, my name is Ela and today I'll be doing exercise 5 with you. In this exercise we have two worksheets, one is a course and another one is form. In this exercise it will contain the following tasks: day function, days function, spell check, find and replace, inserting documents, and data validation and removing duplicates values. First off, we will start with a course worksheet, and we will start with task 1. Task 1 is using a day function, calculate how many days after the beginning of the month each student started the course. We do that by opening the table. We put the equal sign right here. We put the day, and with opening we put the number which is in the cell G8, so it's the beginning, and then we close it and we do enter. We have number 1 here because it's 1 day from the beginning, and then we use the cross to have all the values. That task is done, so we can mark it with some blue, and we can move on to the next one. Next one is by using the days function, calculate how many days it took each participant to complete the course. We have the same table, so we go here, we put days this time, and we use, like it says here, we use end date and start date. So end date and start date. And we have number 30. So we use the cross again to have all the values. This task is done as well, so we can mark it. And next one is based on obtained calculations, enter the best time and the fastest student. How do we do it? We do it with the minimum. So we put the minimum here. Equal minimum, and then we use the total numbers of the days, all of them, to have a value. So like you can see on this small table, 15 is the smallest number, so that's why this is the answer. And then if we want to find the student who is the fastest student, we we select this one, and then we go to home, we go to conditional formatting, and we use top to bottom rules, but we use bottom 10%. And with that one, we will light red fill, and then we see this is Eva Kunic. So we can just copy and paste it here. With that one, we can mark it as a done. And the last one, we have to insert a comment on a cell H16 to be validated. So 16H is this one. We do right click, we do add comment, and then we put to be validated. And we post it. So here we have a small sign, purple, and it means we have a comment here. By that task, we are done with the first worksheet, so we can mark it as well. Let's move on to the next one. Starting off with the second worksheet, which is called form. We have it right here, and we have a form for applying to International Yoga Day. So, first task we have to do is for fields 1, 2, 3, and 5. We have to apply data validation with the appropriate input and error message. And we have to allow text input of 1 to 30 characters. So we use CTRL, we press that to mark 1, 2, 3, and 5. You got it? And then we use data. We go to data. We use data validation right here. And now we have opened a new window where we have to put the restrictions. as task said, it has to be text from 1 to 30 letters. So we put the text between minimum is 1 and maximum is 30. We move next on to the input message. For input message, we will put the instructions and for a message, we will put something like please put the asked information. And then when we did that, we have to do error alert. Here we will put attention. It doesn't have to be exact like this. You can put your own, but this is just an example. So we put attention and we put you have entered in appropriate content. And with all that, we click OK. So when we go to this fields, we can see the instructions going on. We can go to the task and we can mark it as a done. For 6 tasks, we have to, for fields 4 and 7, we have to apply data validation with appropriate input and error message again. But only we have to allow whole numbers from 0 to 100,000. We go to the form again. We use 4 and 7. So 1 and 7. We go to data again. We use data validation. We go to settings. We put the whole numbers like the task said, and we put the minimum is 0 and maximum is 100,000. And we press input message. We do the same thing as we did last time. So we do have instruction. And we have this. And for error, we have attention. Enter. We press OK. And we can check it now. Since we put the number of 100,000 here, we can put some bigger number, and now we see the error. Right, the one we put it. Here it's attention, the words we said, and you have entered inappropriate content. So we just check if we did everything fine, and since everything is fine, we can mark this task as done. Task 7, we have to remove the duplicate cells from cell P18 to cell P21. We go to the form again. We have them right here. We mark them all. We go to the data. And this time we're using this one, which is remove the duplicates. We press that. And like everything is said, we just press OK. And here we see that one duplicate values is found and removed, and 3 are remain. So we can just press it OK, and our task is done. Let's mark it. So continuing with task 8, for field 6, we have to apply data validation with appropriate input and error message. And we have to allow an entry from the levels list in column P. So we go to form again, we mark level 6, we go to data, we go to data validation. We have settings again. Here we have to pick the list, and for source we can just mark beginner, medium, and advanced. And by this cells mark, we can, since we already know how to make error and input, we don't have to you guys do it, but I'll skip it right now. So I'll just press OK. And now here we have a new things to pick for the level 6. And with that, this task is done as well. For 9th task, we have to, for fields below all the workshop, we have to apply data validation with appropriate input and error message. We have to allow an entry from the list that we will create outside the form. Yes and no. So we create the same form as we have it here. We have levels here, but here we will put yes, and the next one will be no. So first we have to mark all the workshops, and then we do all the same. Data validation. We do list as well again. And for source, we use yes and no. And again, we have to put input and error. We already know how to do it. So we just press OK. And now, for each one, we have yes and no. For example, we can choose yes, no, yes, no. That task is done as well. And we are already on the 10th task. So for this one, we have to do 2 fields for newsletter, and we have to use the same input and error message, but now we have to use the letter X from the list. Here we don't have to do it because it's just an X, but we have to mark this too, and then we go to data again, data validation. We use list as well, but now we just put the X here. And again, we have to put input and error message. We press OK, and now we can mark and check if we did it right. And as we see, we have 2 of them here, and we can change it. That means our task is done here. For task 11, I'll just show you how to review your spelling, or how to find incorrect grammatical errors. So we use review, and here we have spelling, and by that you can check all the wrong spelling. But right here it says that check is complete and we're good to go. So that was just a quick showing how to do a correct grammatical words and sentences. For task 12, we have to find all the workshop words and change them, replace them with the training. So we go here. To find the words, we use Ctrl and F, and instead of finding, we go to replace, and we replace, like it says, workshop. We are replacing it with training, and then we press replace all, and it's all done. It says we made 4 replacements. So here it was workshop, but now it's training. That task is done as well. And now we move on to the last one. And the last one is the easiest one. I hope you all know that, how to hide the column. So we go to form, and with the right click, we just hide the whole column. And by then we're done with the exercise number 5. We have to mark the last one. And I hope you enjoyed this exercise, and I hope you will find it interesting, and I hope you will have a great results on your test. Good luck.